So I wanted to make this video. This is based off the last video I just made regarding the benefits of strength training, and I'm making it specifically towards women that may still have a barrier to strength training. And that barrier sometimes I feel like is always like an aesthetic barrier, because they feel like when they strength train purposefully, they feel like they start to bulk up. And this is an explanation behind why they would feel that way. What's normally happening is you have a layer of subcutaneous fat and you have muscle under it. Everyone has muscle under that layer of subcutaneous fat. As you start to build the muscle, if you're not in a caloric deficit, that muscle, so say if it's like flat like this, as it starts to build, the subcutaneous fat layers there, so you think you are bulking up. How you can mitigate that is go in a caloric deficit. Track what you eat for a week. The next week, eat less than that. Give it some time. What will happen is that subcutaneous layer of fat will start to get smaller, and then your muscles will start to reveal more. Almost no one gets an opportunity, and this is male or female, to be too muscular. I'm saying if you take a 17-year-old, which I think my brother's training right next door, he has all the testosterone in the world. He has all the opportunity to sleep. He doesn't pay any bills. He has no stress. Everything, all the factors that are in favor for you to build muscle, and he has to come here 4 or 5 times a week, and my brother has to make him pound weights to just gain muscle. And everything I named, any adult probably watching this don't have those things. You have stress, you have probably limitations to how much you could sleep. You probably don't eat 60% of your body weight in protein, or especially if you really want to build muscle, you got to at least be at a gram per pound. So say if I'm 150 pounds, I got to eat at least 150 grams of protein. Like, you're not doing that. So if you're not getting that kind of sleep regularly, you're not knocking out that much protein regularly, and if you're not keeping your stress levels low, and if you're not training 5 to 6 days a week, strength training, and I'm talking about 10 to 12 to 16 sets, like regularly, it's not gonna happen. The last video was pointing out was the benefits aside from the aesthetic side. Now, I told you how to decrease the illusion as if you're bulking up and what's actually just happening. Muscles growing, subcutaneous layer of fat still there. It looks bulgy, if anything. Create a caloric deficit, problem solved. But the reason to strength train is all the things that I have in the last video. I'll make this analogy and I'll leave this video with that. It would almost be like if you overheard, you and your girl was out to dinner, and you overheard a dude next door talking to his friend and being like, yeah, I can't play pickup basketball this Saturday because I fear that the Cleveland Cavs may select me to be a bench player, and I don't know if I have time to be a bench player for the Cleveland Cavs. Anytime anyone's ever told me that when they lift, they get too bulky, I think about analogies as egregious as that and how delusional that could be. That's what I think about. All right?